Today I am back with your favorite type of video from me, and that is a fragrance haul. If you're interested, then just keep watching. Hi, my name is Ayesha from simplyayesha.com. Here on YouTube, I make videos about fragrance, beauty, luxury, and lifestyle. If those are things you're interested in, please subscribe. And if you are a returning subscriber, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So as I said, today will be a fragrance haul. However, half of this stuff was sent to me in PR, half was purchased by me. But this is stuff that I've kind of accumulated since I hadn't been making videos as regularly. So some of this stuff I got maybe like end of October through now. So some of the stuff I have worn, some of it will be a raw first impression from me. So kind of take these first impressions with a grain of salt. The ones that I've worn a bit more, I will definitely let you know. So these will be in no particular order. I am just going to start pulling off my little table here. So the first fragrance I have is from Zerob, and this is called Golden Mocha. So this is part of their coffee collection. I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but I think it's called their coffee collection. And I think it came with like 4 fragrances that look like this. I already own Golden Dollar and I've had that for years. But this one I was interested in because I thought it may be a lighter fragrance that I could wear a little bit more regularly than Golden Dollar. So this one I can definitely smell coffee and cardamom. I also smell some sort of like a bright citrus. I don't know if it's ginger. It kind of smells like it could be ginger, or possibly bergamot or something like that. But I also smell something slightly green in here. Not quite sure what. It's not like green as in grassy, but more like a green type of spice. So overall, I think this is like a spicy coffee scent. And I think in order for you to like this, you definitely have to like coffee. You have to like spice. You have to like cardamom, because I feel like that is the bulk of what you get. This is a bit sweet, but this is definitely not giving latte, okay? This is definitely more of a spicy coffee scent. Not gonna be for everyone, but I have worn this one before. I think I've worn it one time and I did enjoy wearing it. I do need to get to know it more. I'm still not sure that it's going to be something that I can wear year round though, because it's so spicy. I don't know that this will work when it's hot, but definitely while it's cold, I definitely enjoy wearing it. So again, that is Golden Mocha from Zerob. Next up, I have 2 fragrances from BDK. This first one is Passé Soir Extrait. And this fragrance was not a blind buy for me. I actually have a decant of this fragrance that I have been using probably since the summertime. And so I saw this for a great price. And so I finally decided to just go ahead and snatch it up. The decant I'm still not done with. And part of my thing with decants is I had told myself that if I don't use up a decant, I can't buy a fragrance. However, when I saw it for this price and I knew I wanted it, and I'm more than halfway done my decant, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and get it, okay? So Passé Soir Extrait is a spicy, fruity, woody scent. So if you smell the original Passé Soir, to me, this is definitely a deeper, darker version. You're still getting that quince as the main fruit note in here. That's giving, to me, quince kind of gives this kind of tart, but juicy, tropical smelling fruit type note to it. You also get ginger in here, which I find to be pretty prominent. And then you get some spices. Black pepper is one of the spices that's in the original. I'm not sure if it's in this one, but if I had to guess, I would say yes, because it smells to me like it has that black pepper in there as well. And then also in this one, there is a depth to this fragrance. So it definitely smells like it's sitting on a woody base. This is pretty strong and intense. So I will say with my decant, I don't go heavy on the sprays on that. I definitely think that this one is more suited for cold weather as opposed to the original Passé Soir. Now, the original Passé Soir, I typically wear year round. I love that fragrance. I think it's unique. And I think it works well year round. However, now that I have this one, that one will be my spring summer version. And this one is going to be my fall winter version, because there's something about this one that just feels more. It feels more intense. It feels more warm. It feels more enveloping, and it's definitely a darker scent. So love this one, and I'm happy that I finally have a bottle in my collection. Again, that's Passé Soir Extrait from BDK. Next one from BDK is Rouge Smoking Extrait. Now this one I have in the box because I have not worn it yet, and I actually purchased this one from Mercari. So when this came out, I was immediately interested, but y'all know I love cherry fragrances. However, sometimes I feel like the cherry fragrances get a bit redundant because they all kind of smell the same. Not all of them, but y'all know it's hard for companies, I guess, to make good cherry scents. Or maybe we just have too many of them. Hold on, let me open this. So here's what the bottle looks like, and it is gorgeous. I love the bottle on this. But as I was saying, it's hard for me to find cherry scents that I find to be incredible, because I already have so many ones that are already incredible. So hopefully that makes sense. But Rouge Smoking is one that I love, and I do find Rouge Smoking to be a bit different than a lot of other cherry scents. So that's why I was very interested in this when it came out. However, I did not want to pay full price for it. So I was like, well, I didn't want to blind buy it at full price. I was hoping I would get a chance to smell it somewhere, and I didn't. But I saw it on Mercari for, it wasn't that great of a price, y'all, but it was enough of a discount for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. And I had sold some bottles on Mercari, so I already had money kind of sitting in there anyway, so I didn't feel like I was like spending anything on it. See how we justify stuff? But anyway, I haven't worn this yet. I have smelled it, and it smells really good. So to me, you definitely get cherry. You get some almondy sweetness to this fragrance, a slight bit of powderiness, some spice. But then I feel like I pick up on like a leathery undertone, but it's not too leathery. It's just giving it like a bit of smooth, almost like a suede type feel to it. This is really pretty. Now, I didn't know what to expect from this fragrance, because to be honest, I haven't been watching a ton of fragrance videos recently, and I hadn't really heard too much about this fragrance. Like, I saw people had it, but I don't know what people have been saying about it. So I was expecting it to smell more like a deeper version of the original Rouge Smoking, and I have to say, it doesn't. So I was basing my opinion off Passé Soie extrait, right? Because Passé Soie extrait to me smells like the Passé Soie, just deeper, darker, more intense. This one to me smells kind of like a totally different fragrance, but it's still the vibe of Rouge Smoking, which I actually enjoy, because I definitely feel like you could have both. So Rouge Smoking to me is that kind of fizzy, cherry Dr. Pepper type scent, or cherry root beer type of scent. This one, it gives me a bit of that fizziness, but it definitely is not the same. That wasn't very good, y'all. It wasn't a very good comparison, but it's definitely not the same. It definitely still has that kind of fizzy nature to it, but as opposed to it smelling more like a root beer float or like a cherry soda or something like that, as opposed to it smelling like that, it just gives me a little bit of fizziness and then this deepness and this darkness. So whereas I would classify Rouge Smoking as kind of smelling like a soda or a root beer float, this one I would not. This one definitely smells more perfumey to me, but in a good way. And I believe, I don't know if leather is a note. Let's see if it says it on here. This is in French, but I don't see anything that says leather, but to me, it definitely smells like it could be a leathery note on it. Oh, it's probably the saffron. Sometimes saffron can come off leathery, so that's probably what I'm smelling. But that is definitely taking it from that kind of fluffy, playful scent and making it more dark and sexy, in my opinion. So very excited to wear this. Again, that's Rouge Smoking Extrait. This next fragrance is from the brand Letta, and this is 20 Bourbon Brulee. So this is their newest release, and as you can see, I have been wearing this. I have used up a pretty good amount, and let's talk about it. This fragrance is beautiful. I got this when it first released, or no, I think I got it around Black Friday, because I remember getting a percentage off. So I got this and I was interested because it has bourbon in it, and it seems like it's going to be more of a boozy vanilla scent. So when I smell this, I do get a bit of a booziness to this, but not a ton. So if you're not into super boozy scents, you still may want to smell this. So I do get like a whiskey or something like that, or a bourbon in this fragrance. But then there is this kind of sweet, almost slightly smoky vibe to it, and vanilla, and it smells a little bit nutty. It's all very warm. It has spices in here too, maybe something like cinnamon or something like that, but nothing too much. And I find that the fragrances from this brand, they're all kind of tame, not in a bad way. But even though you may not vibe with the scent, I find that they're not really offensive type scents. So everything in this is just very smooth, very well blended. It's comfy, it's cozy. When I saw bourbon and whiskey, I'm kind of thinking it'll be more of a date night scent. However, I find that this kind of feels just more like a cozy around the house scent to me. I will say this is not very strong to me, and I think that's why my dent is so big, because I have gone ham on my sprays. Now, I have probably worn this maybe like 5 or 6 or 7 times. I don't know. I feel like I've worn it a lot, but it's really good. It's just not very prominent in my opinion. So I don't foresee like myself wearing this on a date night, where when I ordered it, I thought it would be like a date night fragrance for me. But this to me is more of an in the house date night. Like it's pretty enough and it's like sexy enough to wear on an in-house date night, but I personally wouldn't really wear this out when I'm trying to do the most, because this is not really doing the most, but it is beautiful. So if you want to kind of step your toe into a boozy scent, maybe check this one out, especially if you like vanilla. And like I said, it's slightly smoky, but it's not too much. So again, that is 20 Bourbon Brulee. Next up, I have some PR, and this is like the prettiest PR box. I wanted to do an unboxing of this on Instagram, but I hadn't gotten around to it yet. I still may though. I still may do it. So when y'all see it, I need y'all to just interact with it anyway. But this is the new fragrance from Sniff, and this is called Me. So let me take the plastic off. I haven't actually even smelled this yet. Okay, finally got the plastic off, but this is what the bottle looks like up close, like typical Sniff bottles. And this, to my knowledge, is supposed to be a your skin but better type of scent. So this is the first one of these from Sniff. And I don't know, their advertising looks very nice. Like when you see the promo images for this, it makes you want to try it. So I'm excited to get this, because I knew they were sending me something. I didn't know what it was, honestly. But I was happy when this showed up at my door, y'all. Oh, this smells really good. So this is definitely a musky, your skin but better type scent. So I'm getting musk, and it's kind of like a cloudy, fluffy skin musk, but it's not too intense. And I know there is some sort of fruity note in here too. I believe it's peach if I remember from the promo image. But to me, it kind of just smells like a slightly sweetened fruit mixed in with like a vanilla, a lightweight vanilla, not a vanilla scent, but definitely a lighter weight vanilla, and like a beautiful skin musk. Now, with these type of fragrances, they are meant to play different on everybody's skin. Like every fragrance plays different on everybody's skin, but these are like meant to do that. So I don't know how this is going to smell on, but as of right now, this smells really freaking good. If you like something like Kayali Musk 12, I definitely think you would like this. They don't smell the same, but this smells really good, y'all. There's something about this that keeps bringing me back, y'all. I really like this. Okay. I'm excited. I am excited. I never know how to feel about these your skin but better fragrances, because sometimes they can be very powdery. Sometimes they come off more floral. Sometimes they come off more woody. So you kind of never know what you're going to get. But this one smells really good, and it doesn't smell redundant, which I was worried about. Okay, so more to come on this, but so far I am loving the way it smells at first sniff. So again, that is Me by Sniff. Also, I always forget to mention it, I do have a discount code for Sniff. So make sure you check out my description box. All my codes and links will be down there. This next fragrance is one that I smelled at Scent Explore, and they were actually sold out at the time. And at the time I was with Evelyn and Chi-Chi, and we all wanted this fragrance. And yeah, I ended up ordering it online. So now we all three have this fragrance, and it will be a reminder of my time at Scent Explore with them. So anyway, this is from the brand Armar, and it is called Golden Oud. So let me open it up, and that's what it looks like in the container, which is really nice. And there's what the bottle looks like. So again, this is called Golden Oud. And like I said, I smelled it at Scent Explore. However, this is not one that I've ever worn, and I actually have not opened it, even though it's been sitting at my house for well over a month. I hadn't gotten around to opening it yet, so I was saving it for this haul. So this, to me, I feel like the name is perfect. It's called Golden Oud, and you definitely get this golden vibe when you smell it. So I believe this has, I know it has oud in here, but the oud is not stinky or anything like that. It's very like smooth. It's there, and it's giving this fragrance depth, but it's not doing the most. There's also, I believe, caramel in this fragrance that I'm picking up. It's either caramel or praline or something like that I'm picking up, that's giving it that kind of buttery sweetness. And I also feel like there's some sort of fruit in here. I do not remember. I don't even think I looked up the notes for this, honestly. I remember smelling it and liking it, and I don't remember looking at notes. But I also feel like there's something like peach in here, or something that's a sweet, like juicy fruit. So it's kind of almost like a fruity gourmand oud, but not too much. It is so good. It's so good. I definitely think this is deep enough to wear in the winter, but because it has those kind of like fruity gourmand notes in it, I feel like you could wear this when you're around. So I think this is going to be very versatile to me because I feel like I can wear this daytime or nighttime. It's doing enough for night, but it's not doing the most for daytime either. I love the way this smells. Yeah, this is really, really good. So if you like gourmand leaning ouds, you may want to try this. I wouldn't call this a gourmand fragrance because to me it still is more of a woody scent, but with those gourmand touches, it definitely feminizes this scent for me. I wouldn't call it necessarily a feminine scent either, though. I'm just saying that it definitely, those sweet touches definitely make it appropriate for me to feel like it's feminine. Hopefully that's not offensive to y'all, but anyway, hopefully y'all feel me. This is really good. Again, that's Golden Oud from Armar. Next up, I have a package from Swiss Arabian. They did not tell me they were sending this to me. So when it showed up at my door, I was happily surprised. They sent me 2 fragrances, and I believe these are both new releases. So this is Tobacco 01 and Vanilla Toffee. Now I remember when the big beauty conference that was going on in Dubai a few months ago, I remember seeing some of the ladies there and they were talking about Vanilla Toffee, and I knew I wanted to smell it, but y'all know, life been lifing. So when it showed up at my doorstep, I'm like, yes, I really want to smell this. So let's open this one first. Now, although I've heard people talk about this, I don't remember what they said, to be honest. So this will be first impressions. So first we're gonna smell Vanilla Toffee. I really like the bottle on this. Okay, this is definitely toffee. So I'm getting that warm, like buttery smell of toffee. I also feel like there could be additional caramel in here. It also kind of smells like there's something slightly lactonic in here. This is very sweet though. Very sweet. Very like sugary sweet. Okay, so I like it. But this kind of feels like it may be too sweet for me. I mean, I'm going to have to wear it. But right now it is feeling very intensely sweet. So I may have to mix this with something because I've found that, I don't know, sometimes things that are like this type of sweetness, I have a hard time wearing. But now that it's cold, I'm going to try it for sure. I've heard, I mean, it seems like a lot of people like this. So even though I don't know what they've been saying about it, I do see a lot of people mention this fragrance or show it on Instagram or in stories or whatever. So I'm definitely going to try it, but I will tell you, it is extremely sweet smelling to me right now. Let me know if y'all have this. What do you think about it? I have to say, first sniff, I'm very slightly disappointed. Very slightly, just because I feel like it is so sweet for me that I don't know how I'm going to wear this. It does smell good. It smells like a snack, like 100% like a snack. But I just don't know how wearable it's going to be for me. So we shall see. Hopefully it surprises me once I put it on. But again, that is Vanilla Toffee from Swiss Arabian. The next one is Tobacco 01. And this is what the bottle looks like. I actually really like these bottles that they have like this. This one does look a bit masculine, I guess, just because of the color and all. I won't say it looks masculine, but if a man had this, I wouldn't be surprised. So let's smell it. Okay, this actually smells really good. So obviously I do smell some tobacco, but it's not super heavy. So I'm getting like kind of a lightweight tobacco. It doesn't smell smoky either. It kind of smells like fresh tobacco. Yeah, I smell a little bit of greenness. I smell something in here that is kind of uplifting as well. Maybe even slightly minty. This is not what I was expecting. But I do really like this. This is a lot fresher than what I was expecting. I expected this to be like a smoky, dark, spicy tobacco. This is definitely leaning more into that tobacco leaf route with a little bit of like a minty feel to it. Very, very nice. Yeah, I really like this. I'll be interested to see how this plays on the skin, but just sniffing it, first sniff, this feels like something that is 100% unisex and not leaning masculine. Because I love tobacco scents, and I know some of the tobaccos that I love do lean more masculine. To me, this feels like it's 100% in the middle. and feels like it will be appropriate year round because of that kind of minty vibe that I'm getting. I feel like I could easily wear this in the summer. There's something kind of clean smelling about this. Okay, I really like that. Again, surprised, but I really enjoy the way this smells at first sniff. So again, that's Tobacco 01 from Swiss Arabian. Next up, I have something else that was sent to me in PR from Carner Barcelona. And this is a fragrance that has been on my wish list for a while, but I never got around to ordering it. And I am so thankful that they sent it to me. However, I haven't opened it. You see that? So let's smell it together. So this is what the bottle looks like the typical Carner Barcelona bottles. And I'm glad they sent me the 50 ml because all the other bottles I have from them are 100 ml and they take up a ton of space because they're this big square. So I'm glad I have the 50 ml. Plus, y'all know I ain't really going through bottles like that, but okay, yes, this is, I smell Palo Santo in here. So it's definitely giving that kind of aromatherapy type of woodiness that you get from Palo Santo. But this also smells like milky. So I almost feel like there could be like a milky sandalwood in here, or maybe even a milk note. It's definitely leaning a bit more gourmand, although it's a woody scent. This smells really good, and it does have this freshness to it, almost like you're smelling the Palo Santo, but it's not burning. So if you've ever smelled a Ben Fume from Tom Ford, to me, that one it's also a Palo Santo scent, but it smells like a burning Palo Santo. This one smells like it's not lit. This smells really good though. Yeah, it's definitely leaning a bit more gourmand with a milky note, but it's not a gourmand scent. It's definitely a woody scent. Okay, yeah, that smells really good. I'm excited to wear this. Yeah, I think this will work year round again as well. Also kind of smells like I'm picking up something kind of like toasted or nutty, like a toasted nuttiness to this fragrance as well. Very interesting. Again, that's Palo Santo from Carner Barcelona. This next fragrance was sent to me from the brand Room 1015, and this is Cherry Punk Extrait. So this has been out for a while. It's gotten rave reviews, but I had never smelled it. I had never smelled the original Cherry Punk either. So when I got this, I was pleasantly surprised that I liked it. So it is a warm but boozy cherry scent, like a dark, warm, boozy cherry scent, but it doesn't full on go lost cherry route, but it smells like it's mixed with this leather, and the leather is kind of like vanillic. So to me, when I first smelled this, I immediately thought about like, if you mix lost cherry with YSL Baby Cat, then you get this. Now, after wearing this, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but at first sniff, that's what it smells like to me. Like YSL Baby Cat plus Tom Ford Lost Cherry. Amazing smelling. However, I found that when I wore it, the leather didn't stand out as much as I would hope for. I've only worn it maybe like 2 or 3 times. So we shall see how this performs in the future and all. But I felt like after a while, I wasn't getting enough of that leathery vanilla touch. And it kind of turned into more like just a dark cherry scent. Still beautiful, but I feel like at first sniff, this smells better than the dry down for me personally on my skin. Let me know if you have this, what kind of experience you have with this, because when I first sprayed this, y'all, I was like amazed immediately because I love Baby Cat. I love Lost Cherry. Put the two together, I mean, we doing something. But I just felt like on the skin, it didn't, I mean, it lasted somewhat as far as that initial smell, but I felt like the longer it was on my skin, the more that the leathery tones kind of went away and it kind of became just more like a dark cherry scent. Either way, still beautiful, still something that I think I will wear a lot and get a lot of use out of. But again, if you've tried this, let us know what you think about it. So again, that is Cherry Punk Extrait from Room 1015. This next fragrance is from Navitus, and it's their collaboration with Sharita M. This is Peach Aurum. So when I saw that she was coming out with another fragrance, I knew I wanted to get it, especially when I saw they're supposed to smell like peach cobbler. And y'all, it smells like peach cobbler. So this was definitely love at first sniff. When I smell it, I get like a sweet peach, but more like a stewed peach, or like what you would get in a cobbler, not like a fresh peach. I get a little bit of spice, but I definitely get this kind of bready pastry type feel to this fragrance. And then in the background, you kind of have these kind of soft florals that I find makes this a little bit more wearable, so it doesn't smell like straight up food on your skin. Y'all know I love a straight up food scent sometimes, but not all the time. So this one does a good job of balancing that sweet gourmand nature with a little bit of a floral touch so that it doesn't go all out food. Like you don't smell like a whole bakery, even though you're giving bakery vibes. Hopefully that makes sense. It smells delicious, y'all. I will say on me, the performance is not great, and I've heard mixed reviews on this. Some people that I've listened to have gotten great performance. On me, I don't find that I get the best performance on this, so I'm getting maybe about 3 to 4 hours out of it. And it is a lighter wearing scent, which there's nothing wrong with it being a lighter wearing scent, because I honestly feel like if this was a full-on beast, it would probably be too intense for me. But I do wish that I got a little bit more out of it. Not bad though, and I don't feel like I wasted my money or anything like that, because the price on this fragrance is less expensive than her previous fragrance that she came out with. So this is part of their, I guess, their regular line. I don't know how they do their pricing and all, y'all. But for the price I paid for it, I definitely feel like it's worth it. Like the first time I wore this, I thought I couldn't smell it on myself after about 30 minutes. But you can see that I have worn this a bit now. And I will say that as I've tested it more and worn it more, I can smell it on myself up to about 4 hours. And about the 2-hour mark is when it kind of turns into more of a skin scent for me, but it's a beautiful skin scent nonetheless. So I've worn this to bed. I've worn it out during the day, like just running errands or whatever. But me personally, if I was going to wear this during the day, like to be out and about, I would prefer to touch this up at probably around the 3-hour mark, just because I want to smell it, because it smells absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. And I know with Navitus, like they're one of these companies where their stuff needs time to mature or whatever. But I'm telling y'all my judgments based on what I'm smelling now. So Sharita did a great job with this. It smells amazing. Shout out to you, Sharita. I do wish I could smell it for longer, but maybe it's just my skin and maybe it's just me. So anyway, again, that's Peach Aurum by Navitus Parfums and Sharita M. This next fragrance is the newest release from Kayali, and this is Yum Bougie Marshmallow. So I picked this up when it first released, and I hadn't talked about it, like I haven't shown on Instagram or anything. I've gotten a couple people ask me if I picked this up, I think in some of my comments on videos, and I just didn't respond because I was like, oh, I'm going to talk about it soon. And I don't like to give away my thoughts too early, y'all. So this actually smells really good. It was a blind buy for me. And when I smell it, I get this juicy like strawberry, but it also kind of smells like it could be like a little bit of raspberry too. I don't know. There's a little bit of tartness in there. But then that is mixed with this sweet kind of fluffy, I guess it's marshmallow scent, but it's giving like a sweet, fluffy, vanillic, maybe even slightly, very slightly milky type of tone. It is beautiful smelling. There's also a brightness to this that I find makes it a bit more unique, because I thought I was gonna, like at first when I smelled it, I thought it kind of smelled like Burberry Her Elixir, and it definitely does lean in that direction, but there is this definite brightness to this fragrance that I think will make it great year round. So similar to Yum Pistachio, where it kind of has that bright citrusy opening that makes it perfect for me for year round, I feel like this kind of has that same type of opening. So they definitely smell like their sister fragrances, even though they're completely different fragrances. They smell like they're meant to be in the same type of collection. So I do enjoy this, but again, I've only worn it maybe 3 times, but I did wear it to the gym this morning. And I just feel like I can't smell it. Like, it's probably me, okay? But I feel like I cannot smell this fragrance after like 2 hours. Like, I didn't smell it on myself at the gym. And you would think at the gym, you know, like you're warming up, you should be able to smell your fragrance more, right? I couldn't smell it on myself at the gym at all. It could be me. I don't know. It could be a situation where you need to let the fragrance age, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Based on my judgment right now, it doesn't perform well on me. This is not meant to be a review, y'all. I don't even know why I got into performance on this, but I feel like people are going to ask. So I don't know. I do enjoy the way it smells, and wearing it to bed, perfect. Okay. Perfect for a quick little errand running here. perfect for hanging out around the house. I just feel like I wish I could smell it more because I love the way it smells. So again, that is Yum Bougie Marshmallow from Kayali. This next fragrance is from Dolce Gabbana, and this is Devotion Intense. So again, this was not a blind buy. I smelled this in store when it first came out, and I liked it, but I thought it smelled too similar to the original. Fast forward to a couple months later, I saw it for an amazing price, and I was ordering something else, and I was like, let me go ahead and get that too. So that's what I did. You can see I have used up a good amount. So for Thanksgiving, I actually went out of town with my family, and this was the fragrance I took. And so now this fragrance reminds me of that. So good memory associated with this fragrance, but it does smell really good. So this is a like citrusy vanilla. So when I smell this, I still feel like I get like a lemon orange type mix at the top of this fragrance. And then I definitely smell some florals in the background of this fragrance and some sweet vanilla underneath it all that's making it more of a gourmand fragrance. But there's also a bit of a nutty vibe to this fragrance. I think I remember seeing there was some nut in this fragrance. Maybe it's hazelnut. I personally don't feel like I can pick up hazelnut specifically. I just get more of a nutty vibe with this fragrance. So a little bit of a nutty sweetness and vanilla and lemon orange citrus scent. So although this is a gourmand fragrance, it's definitely a bright, like citrusy gourmand. And I wore this, like I said, I wore it out of town. And I think I wore it like day and night. I think it was the only fragrance I took with me. And I really enjoyed wearing it. I love the way it smelled on me. I didn't feel like it was too gourmand. But at the same time, I didn't feel like it was too floral or anything like that either. So I really enjoy this. As far as comparing it to the original, I don't know. I would need to smell them side by side. And honestly, like right off the top of my head, I feel like the original was more gourmand and this one is a little less. But don't quote me on that because I need to smell them side by side. I've never really tried to compare them. What kind of reviewer am I right now? I don't know, but I never really tried to compare them. So I don't want to tell you something wrong right now. So anything I just said about that comparison, just X that out, okay? This one is nice. I don't know that you need it if you have the original though. I do think they are quite similar. And if I wouldn't have found it for a great price, I would not have purchased it because I have the original. So there's that. Again, that's Dolce Gabbana Devotion Intense. All right, and the last fragrance we're going to talk about is this baby here. So it's in the box because it's just so grand. So this is the newest release, I believe, from Roja Parfums, and this is Lost in Paris. So I did do an unboxing for this on Instagram, so I'll try to link that for you all. Check it out. We're not going to do all that right now because I need to get out of here. It's about time for me to go pick up my daughter from school. But if you want to see the full presentation of this fragrance, definitely check out my Instagram. So this is what the fragrance looks like. And again, this is called Lost in Paris. I know I just took it out of a box, but I have worn this fragrance probably about 3 times now. And this was actually a Christmas gift from my husband. So this is a fragrance that when it came out and I saw the notes, it was an immediate, I want it. I then went to look at the price and I was like, nah, sis, you can't do it. Like, you can't do it. Then I was at Scent Explorer. During Roja's talk, they passed around some tester cards with this fragrance on it and it was immediate love. So since then, I have been searching like literally every single day to see if I could find some sort of deal for this. And I think I posted something on my Instagram about it. And my husband ended up buying it for me for Christmas as a surprise. So he did good, okay? Because I could not pay this much money for it. But you know, it's different when you give somebody a gift. Like, I'm willing to spend more on a gift for somebody as opposed to putting it on myself in certain cases. Anyway, this fragrance is gorgeous, y'all. It is gorgeous. So the star note in this fragrance to me is Grand Marnier. If you don't know what Grand Marnier is, it is an orange liqueur. So if you've ever seen like Cointreau or Triple Sec, it is like the fancy, better version of those, okay? That's what I like to say. It feels more like a, Grand Marnier feels more like a cognac-y twist on those orange liqueurs. So Grand Marnier smells amazing, okay? Smells amazing. So when I saw that was a note in this fragrance, I was like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. So when I smell this, I definitely get orange. Orange is probably the most prominent note, especially at first. And I believe this has different types of oranges in it. But you definitely get orange and then you get this booziness. And yes, it does smell like Grand Marnier, but not like 100% like that. Like, it doesn't smell too boozy. It's very well blended. And then it also kind of smells like there's some additional sweetness in here from something maybe like caramel or like a creme brulee or something like that. It's definitely giving a bit of additional sweetness. And although this is a sweet, boozy fragrance, it has this airiness about it, and it has this elegance that I feel like Roja is known for. Like, their fragrances, they can be sweet, they can be gourmand, but they're always giving very elegant, very refined, and this definitely gives very refined, very elegant, while still being sweet and boozy. I love, love, love the smell of this. Now, because this fragrance was expensive, I have told myself that is not going to stop me from wearing it, okay? Because you get fragrances to wear them, all right? So I'm not going to just let this fragrance sit. But y'all, it smells delicious. I've worn it on a date before. I think I actually wore this on Christmas Day, like after I took my shower and all. So good memories associated with it. It smells amazing. I can't tell you whether it's worth the price or not, because that's on you. I'm not even gonna say the price, but just know if you click the link down below, you're gonna have some sticker shock if you've never looked at the price of this before. But it smells amazing. I'm super happy to have it, and I plan to wear this and use it and smell amazing. So if you like the smell of Grand Marnier, you should definitely get your nose on this. Don't blind buy though. It's way too expensive for that, but it is gorgeous. So addictive, and there's something about it. Like, when I smelled it on the tester card, I'm like, man, I shouldn't even smell this, because I just couldn't get it out of my head. I could not stop thinking about it. And now we have a bottle, so I'm super happy about it. So shout out to you, hubby, if you're watching this. Again, that is Lost in Paris from Roja Parfums. So that was my haul. I feel like I was talking for a long time, but hopefully you guys found this video interesting. If you've tried any of these fragrances, what do you think about them? Leave them in the comments below. If you want to know more about any of these fragrances, let me know. I'm trying to figure out my content going forward. So I'm trying to figure out how I can incorporate reviews and still make it worth my time, and what platform I'm going to do that on. So definitely, anything you want to know more about, let me know in the comments below, and that can kind of help me shape my content going forward. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and have that notification bell on so that you don't miss a video from me. Also, make sure you check out my description box. Down there, I will have links to all the products mentioned, along with discount codes, and I'll have links for all my social media. So if you want to check out my website, it's www.simplyayesha.com. You can check that out. That'll be linked below. And then also my Instagram and my TikTok, for now, will also be linked down below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.